Coming up on SAU News, candidates for next year's Student Association make their case for votes during this election season.
A favorite SJC professor and professional broadcaster steps down after years of service in Adventist higher education.
And finally, we bring you the best of hoops from this year's Rees Series Basketball tournament.
All these stories and more coming up. SAU News starts now.
Welcome to SAU News. I'm Elise Baltodano.
And I'm Kenneth Salmon. Our newscast is brought to you by SJC Productions in the School of Journalism and Communication.
Who will serve as next year's Student Association officers? That's the big question before students this week as they begin voting for candidates. In this week's primary election, students are voting for one of three candidates seeking to be next year's social vice president. They include Charlene Dizon, a junior in psychology, Jemin Kim, a sophomore biology major, and Priscilla Michaela, a sophomore in music performance.
The candidate running for executive vice president is running unopposed. Alfredo Trevedon is a junior in accounting. Alfredo, from Scottsdale, Arizona, previously served as SA Senator. He currently serves as SA Parliamentarian.
And finally, two men are facing off for the title of SA President. Bryson Baird is a sophomore in engineering studies. His slogan, "Making Voices Matter." Also seeking the office of president is senior theology major Edvan Benitez. His campaign is called Building Connections, Empowering Growth.
After this week's primary, students will cast ballots once again in the SA general election set for next Thursday, February 22.
Students met all six candidates at this past week's convocation. After opening speeches, students got a chance to submit questions during an SA press conference. One hot topic concerned whether the presidential candidates would favor the return of dancing at cultural nights.
I can't say that I will either be for or against it. While I like to express myself in my culture, I can't really push for something that is against our handbook. I want to stay within our rules.
As a Latino, I want to tell you that this is part of my culture, but also I want to be respectful with the handbook, but also I want to advocate for the students.
During the general election next Thursday, students can vote via a SurveyMonkey email. The polls will be open till 11 p.m. that night. Opportunities are still available for students looking to make up lost community service credits. The website for the university's Christian Service Office lists local events where students can sign up to earn credit. Anyone who enrolls can also receive a free MLK Community Service Day t-shirt. Snow and sub-freezing temperatures forced the cancellation of the university-wide Community Service Day on January 15.
Love was in the air this week as many celebrated Valentine's Day with sweet words and treats. McKee Library was the place to be if you were thinking of a way to show your special someone how much they mean to you. On the main floor, students could show their creativity at the Valentine's card making station. You could create handcrafted cards with various love-themed art supplies. Graphic design major Eleni Ramirez stopped by to make a card for her best friend. In addition to the library, the Village Market was a hotspot for cards, flowers, and chocolate.
This week, we bid farewell to journalism and communication professor Dr. Victoria Joyner. Faculty and students attended a reception in her honor, including University President Ken Shaw. With laughter and heartfelt conversation, visitors expressed their gratitude to Dr. Joyner for her years of service and dedication to Adventist higher education. For much of her professional career, Joyner served as general manager for Oakwood University's campus radio station for more than 20 years. The last 4 years, she's been teaching at Southern and also serving as an advisor to our own radio station, WSMC. She is looking forward to retirement, perhaps publishing a book or podcast. Joyner says she will miss her time in the classroom and advising students.
Oh, I love my students. I think that's the greatest thing. And my colleagues here at this SJC, it's like a family. And so that's been the best part of the School of Journalism and Communication. It's like
We will miss Dr. Joyner's infectious laugh and joyful outlook on life. All of us here at SAU News wish you the very best.
SAU may not have a varsity basketball team, but the closest thing to seeing the best round ball action is the annual Rees Series tournament. We sent our LaRon Matheson to capture the excitement both on and off court.
Last Saturday, basketball intramurals came to an end with the Rees Series finals. This year marked a historic moment as it was the first time the Rees Series was sponsored. Advent Health, partnered with Southern's intramural program, hosted the event.
We are here at Advent Health. My name is Brandon Strong.
The atmosphere was filled with excitement as students, families, and friends filled the stands, eager to witness the showdown between the top teams.
As you can see behind me, we had a pretty large turnout. The games were very high energy. The games were very entertaining, and I think we had a pretty good turnout, and I think the people here enjoyed it.
At halftime, Advent Health sponsored short competitions and handed out prizes to the crowd. Each game showcased athleticism and skill. This year's A-League men's champion was High Hoops, and the top women's team was Backcourt Babes. After each game, Advent Health awarded a brand new MVP trophy to the outstanding player of the team. For SAU News, I'm LaRon Matheson.
The Rees Series tournament also featured the top two teams from the men's B-League. The winner was Team Deuce.
The School of Music hosted their first choir festival following a 2-year hiatus after the COVID-19 pandemic. The 2024 Honor Choir Festival brought approximately 150 students from 10 Seventh-day Adventist academies to this 3-day choral festival. Students who demonstrated the ability and willingness to go beyond the requirements were selected to be a part of this ensemble. The mass choir practiced Wednesday to Friday, including warm-ups, solo opportunities, and sectional rehearsals. High school students rehearsed and performed at a level that challenged their abilities. The festival concluded with a final concert Sabbath afternoon.
Southern usually throws a Super Bowl party, but unfortunately not this year. But one professor stepped up and opened up his home for students to come and enjoy the big game. As I discovered, Nkana family is known for their hospitality. For 15 years, communication professor Sam Nkana has opened his home to allow students to make new friends. Usually inviting freshmen, it's a good way for them to meet others and even cure their homesickness. For the Super Bowl, people showed up for some pregame relaxation and chats. So we're here at Dr. Nkana's house, where he has opened up his home for students to come and have entertainment and snacks and enjoy the annual NFL Super Bowl party that he provides for students. He provided pizza, cookies, ice cream, sweet treats, fruits, you name it. Students enjoy his warm hospitality and welcoming personality. Professor Sam says he makes his home readily available for students.
Well, I like inviting students over to my home because, first of all, they're stressed out and they're homesick. And I try to make my home readily available for them to come, sit down, relax, and enjoy the day without worrying about schoolwork.
Professor Nkana was hoping that the 49ers would have won, but they lost 22-25 to the Kansas City Chiefs.
SAU News is a student-run production here in Southern School of Journalism and Communication. I'm Elise Baltodano.
And I'm Kenneth Salmon. Do you have any newsworthy stories? Message us on Instagram at SAU_news.
And from all of us here at SAU News and SJC Productions, thanks for watching and have a great week.